Welcome back, everyone. Michael here with Offshore Citizen. We often talk about UAE in the Middle East as being, a very attractive place to come and live, particularly in Dubai, although, UAE more broadly. However, there are other countries. I visited a while back Oman and was talking a little bit about how it's a very beautiful place and it has nature and history and culture and all these things that somebody might appreciate. And it has historically been a zero personal tax destination. Not personal on the corporate side, although there is a free zone option that a person can get. I haven't mentioned that previously. It's pretty difficult to get. I've had very few people who've actually got that status, but it is possible. And so you can get, for a period of quite a few years, a zero tax status on an Omani company if you can qualify, but be prepared to go through many months of getting it set up, and it's not for all parties. However, interesting. Now, in the wake of that, though, since I've been there, they announced that they were going to introduce personal tax. And this was sort of a start of a trend that may affect the Middle Eastern region, right? We've been talking about how UAE, fortunately, recently, we just did a video on that, you can check it out, has come out and said, hey, listen, no personal tax on the board at the moment. However, in general, there's been a lot of stirrings in the region of will there be personal tax introduced, et cetera. And Oman led the charge coming in, and they stated at the time that they were going to do 5% tax on local Omanis' income over $1 million a year and 15% on foreigners, at least for their local Omani income over 100,000. Well, they are now sort of backtracking on that. And so this is part of, again, I think, a general trend that we're probably going to be seeing over the next little while as there's a bit of tax competition, probably in the next 5 years or something like that. They have said that they're raising the threshold from 100,000 to 130,000, and they're dropping the tax rate of 15% down to 5%, which is kind of more palatable. Now, it's still a bit annoying because, frankly, it's appealing when you just don't have to file a tax return at all. That's, nice. And certainly there are other places such as UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, all these places that you can go and you can get zero tax personally. And so makes them a little bit non-competitive. However, it's a kind of general sign that they are moving in a different direction.